good morning. Welcome to week 2 with us. And this week we are focusing on the evening routine. So Maya and I just wanted to hop on in here and share with you how we use our worksheet. And she should be coming on soon. So there she is. Yay! Hi!
Hi.
Awesome. Good.
How's your week
Now
going?
you're frozen.
I'm frozen? Am I still frozen?
Nope. You're back on.
Okay.
So, welcome to week 2.
Yes.
Last week we had the morning routine, and the evening routine kind of just works with the morning. Like, you can't have one without the other. So
Right.
we will focus on the evening routine and how to make your morning routine better. So,
Right. Absolutely.
So did you want to begin yours, or?
I mean, I have not filled mine out. I'm happy to fill it out with you. So if everyone's printed out the evening routine worksheet that was included in your email yesterday, it's very similar to our morning routine, just with a focus on a few different elements. So for me, I would like to, I'm very consistent in my evening routine as far as like, tidying up, like getting lunches ready and making sure, that the dishwasher is loaded and, those sort of things, making sure that my shaker bottle for my protein shake in the morning is ready, that stuff. And then I have some other elements that I put into my evening routine that I find that I am not overly consistent with, but for the ideal situation, I want to do a guided meditation, whether it's in the bath or or when I'm in bed to fall asleep. So I'm going to say like a 20-minute guided meditation as one of my goals for this week, to try to stick with it. And I usually use Insight Timer for that. And I'm kind of like, if I'm laying down in bed, then I will look for a specific like sleep meditation. But if I'm in the bath listening, then I will do more of like a whatever's going on with me, if it's a forgiveness one. I think I posted, was it on Sunday that I posted a guided meditation that was really beautiful. So anyway, that I just kind of go with whatever my body's feeling.
Don't write what you are already doing, which makes sense on there.
Yeah. Right. Okay. And then self-care is going to be one facial a week while I'm in the bath. And then I'm going to do a bath.
I'm going to take that one.
So bath. And so my bath is, I put a cup of Epsom salt and like 10 drops of lavender oil in there. And I soak for like about 20 minutes.
Lovely.
And that's just right.
Oh.
Okay, so bath with Epsom salt. And the Epsom salt helps to pull toxins from your body. Like, I know I've done those Epsom salt baths when I'm doing like a detox or a cleanse, so like I'm eating really clean, and it's like really powerful how when you're doing that work with the eating and it's like kind of stirring up and like detoxing on the insides, how that Epsom salt can pull it out. And it's really amazing.
Yeah, I'm actually going to recommend that to my client that I'm working with this weekend to do an Epsom salt.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And I mean, you can do it once a week, but I just find that it's a really good segue for me. And the warm water, especially like this time of year, depending on where you're located, but it's getting cooler out. And so it's kind of nice to just be like, I don't know, it just loosens up your joints and all those things.
Yeah.
And then reading, I generally read.
You hear Amina
in the tub.
In the back.
Yeah. I generally read in the tub. So right now I'm reading this really cool book. It's written by a psychiatrist who is like, he ended up using this like hypnosis method on this woman who's like going and like going into like past lives and stuff. It's really fascinating.
Nice.
So anyway, that's what I'm like trying
And
to
you're
read.
listening to that one, right?
That one I am actually reading. It was one of those things where I was like, I'm gonna bring a book with me this weekend. And so there was this book that a friend of mine gave to me like 2 years ago, and I never touched it, and it was at the front of my bookshelf. So I was like, well, I guess that's a sign that I'm supposed to read this book. So I'm reading that, and it's actually like, it's really interesting and completely outside of what my kind of typical reads would be.
Right.
So anyway, that's reading for about 20 minutes. And a lot of times I would recommend like reading like a nonfiction if you have like kind of a high stress job or something where you have to be like really engaged and like thinking hard all day. It's nice to have something where you're like outside of your life or whatever. But you know, in this situation, this is what works for me. And I generally do a lot of like self-development type stuff.
So, so if anybody has like a really nice recommendation, I don't even think I own nonfiction. Like all of my books are like spiritual based, yoga, nutrition, self-development, spiritual, like I don't think I own one. So like if anybody
I have a lot of those
like
too.
Get into, like, please.
Right. Yeah, like a good beach novel, you know, like where you can just like read it and
where it's like
and you're just like
a series like I can't wait to get to, you know?
Right. Yeah, like Grey's Anatomy but in a book.
Right. Perfect. Yes. Please.
Okay. Okay, and then journaling. This is something that I fall out of a consistent pattern with. So I'm gonna say journaling for 5 minutes before bed. Or maybe I'll do it when I'm running my bath.
Nice. Oh, that's beautiful. I like that.
Okay. And then unplug. I generally don't go on my computer like from the time that I get the kids forward, unless there's something like major that I need to be working on. But I do have my phone set to be on Do Not Disturb after 7 o'clock. I do still text message. So what can I do here? Help me. How do I unplug but still use my phone for meditation? Guided meditation.
I think you just have to set those boundaries and limits to not look at anything else, you know?
Yeah.
Using that just not to go on anything, which kind of strengthens your, you know, which is not
right.
thing. Yeah.
Okay. So 1 hour prior to bed. So no phone.
You have to look at the phones as like different things, you know, you have apps for different things. So you do sometimes have to use it. But as long as you're not, you know, scrolling through social media, even for like 10 seconds, you know.
Or email. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm going to put no phone except for meditation or Audible.
Right.
In case I want to listen to a book.
Yeah.
And I'll say 1 hour prior to bedtime. And that'll generally be like, I like to be in bed around 9. So, so that'll be around 8 o'clock. And then prep for tomorrow. I already talked about that. That's kind of like I set aside my workout clothes so that I'm less disruptive to everyone else in the house. I put a glass of water by my sink. That way I can drink my water right when I wake up, because I find that even if the children hear the sink running, they will be like, oh, mom's awake.
Yep.
So I have to like minimize those potential disruptions. And, you know, like I said, just like kind of cleaning up a little bit in the kitchen so that I'm not like distracted by that first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
So that's me.
Thank you. So under my meditation, I have the 4-7-8 breath work, which even if you do like 2, 3, 4 rounds of those, right before you're like, you know, falling asleep, it is amazing. I think like I can't even remember doing it more than 2 or 3 times because I just like.
Oh yeah, I do it through the day. Like if I start feeling racy, 1 or 2 times sometimes is enough. It's amazing.
Yeah, so I do that, and then doing my gratitude list, which I've been pretty good about, but just being more conscious of it to end my day that way. Under self-care, I have. You know, I've been taking showers with Amia, which speeds up my evening routine. But then I've noticed when I do my face, because and I'll do everything in the shower. So like she'll play and I'll wash my face, but then it's like kind of half-assed, and I've done it for like a month and I'm like not satisfied. So the other day I did my face before, I took a shower with her, and I just felt so much better, like more complete. So I give myself a massage and stuff, and I want to include more oils, which I used to do all the time, and I just skipped. But it helps me with like to wind down with the evening routine, like you said, to just transition from the day, evening into like, this like sleep sort of zone. Then I would love to do Epsom salt baths 1 or 2 times a week. I don't get to, because just I feel like the week sometimes like flies by, and it does take effort, like to pull yourself out of that. But I think I want to be more conscious and just do that once or twice a week. Just start, To read, I'm a member of Gaia TV, which is a membership thing, and it's amazing, beautiful yoga documentaries and spiritual things, and like really, really interesting stuff. So to me, I instead of watching Netflix or get lost in that, I'd rather watch something like this and educational. So I do consider it almost like reading and educating, like we do Audible books and stuff, except, you have to see. And sometimes like, cause I have this Bluetooth thing, and I fall asleep to it. I don't know if that's good or not. Like I don't go on the phone or anything like that, but I just find like today I was listening to yoga teachers like from all over the world and where they studied and stuff like that. And I don't know, to me, it was just very soothing way to just unwind. So like a book or what.
I mean, if it's making you fall asleep, then that's good. And then you're having good sleep. It's when because I know that I notice I sleep so much better if I don't watch TV or whatever before bed.
Right, and then like
last night I did not watch TV before bed, and I seriously slept from like 8:30 to 6:30 this morning, and I was like, what's going on? So there's I get really stimulated by that, whatever that blue light or white light or whatever that comes from the television. But
so like I'll watch the Gaia TV. It's on my phone, so it's all connected wireless, and I watch it maybe for 10 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, and then I put it to the side, but still listen to it, and I envision like what the people look like, so it's like, it's just very relaxing for me.
Yeah.
And then, excuse me, Amia, we have to have breakfast soon. Then I want to find a nonfiction book. So if somebody has like, and it could be like a romance, it could be about travel, something like light but exciting.
Yeah. So if you guys have any recommendations for, I mean, I love any book recommendations, but anything that's like a nonfiction,
because I need one.
Sort of fun thing. Yeah.
And then tidy up and consistent bedtime. I've been doing 9:30 the latest, and it's been beautiful. So maybe I would like to push it to 9. And some days I go at 8, but that's rare. But I'm liking that I'm conscious about going at this time, because before I would just, the time would pass and it would be 10:30. And like, it just would not make my morning routine fun. So anyway, 9:30 is like the latest, and it works. Also put all clothes away. We get to do a lot of laundry and stuff. And I like to wake up to like freshness and just like everything. So that unplug, no phone after 8, meaning do not disturb. So, but if I want to listen to, if I want to do the Gaia TV or station, totally fine with it. And then I don't really get text messages that late, maybe it's you. Yeah, exactly. So, and if I do, like, I don't, it's like important stuff, and we don't go on till whenever. So it's all good. Prep for tomorrow, lunches. I find that when I know what I'm making her for breakfast, like even mentally, because just to change breakfast up, I think about that. And then I also do put up my workout clothes up there. And sometimes I sleep in my yoga clothes, so it's like easier to step into the morning.
Yeah, that's a huge trick for the morning routine to
I have
ease that.
Yoga clothes are comfy, and so it's easy to sleep in. So that's my evening routine. And I just
The one other thing I wanted to add to mine is you have talked so much about dry brushing, so I just wrote it down to buy a dry brush because I do exfoliate in the shower. I have gloves that I use with my shower gel, but I've heard
it's another detoxing thing. So it
right.
it drains your lymph nodes and makes your skin super soft. And it just helps to detoxify.
Right. So I think that's
skin.
something that I'll do. Yeah. So once I buy it, I'm going to add that to like right before I shower in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah. Do that in the morning. It wakes up my senses too. Like my body.
Yeah.
Body connects me. So and I just wanted to quickly add, like, the evening routine is part of one of the 6 that we cover, and the purpose of doing this is so when something is off on the evening routine, you can always go back to this. So you could have like a staple one, and then you could always like perfect it as you go.
Right.
But when you look in the main 6 ways to love yourself to happiness, the first sheet that you got, at least you'll know like what things you want to work on, if something is off. So just keep track of these, date them, and they'll be fun to get back to and just to see like where you started and how you improved.
Well, yeah, and it's great too because I know that like if I start getting like grumpy, it'll be like, I haven't had a bath in a few nights. You know what I mean? Like what's missing right now?
To pinpoint where what's lacking in your life, and self-care is huge. And we're in this society where it's all about the more you do with work, the more you do with the kid. Like we're telling you, the more you do for yourself, the better. And there is more than enough time. You just have to plan for it and actually just do it.
And prioritize what is important and what isn't, because some of the things that you're doing for other people that you could, and we'll talk more about the whole boundary thing, I think, is it next week in relationships, but it's, your plate does not have to be overflowing.
No, and even, I want to mention even with people that you love. So I had a client, that wanted to please her boyfriend by watching TV with him, watching his shows. And she's like, well, how do I like peel away and sneak away? And I said, just do it. Just say, I need 5 minutes. Just start with 5 minutes. I'm like, I don't think he's going to mind, And so anyway, she started doing this for herself, and it actually worked for him, where he's like, well, what are you doing? Like, like he was interested, like why she is doing this. And, even guys are on this autopilot that they do the same thing every day. And sometimes by not even talking about it, by just doing it, you're setting an example.
Right. You're modeling the behavior.
Yeah. And they want that. Guys want to grow as well. And they, we are here to teach, guys or kids, self-care, because they're not taught that. And we don't teach them, who will, So be an example.
So tomorrow we're going to have a live Q&A. So if you guys have any questions, we did post a picture where you can ask questions, and it can be about evening routine or anything that's going on that you need some guidance.
Questions. Love them.
Yeah, the questions are amazing. So keep it up. Yeah. And again, if you have anything that you want to share here, we'll be posting pictures of our completed evening routine worksheets, and we hope that you'll do the same.
Yes. So
all right, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Bye.